Yeah, man. So I'm big time into the bourbon world. Um, I even got a bourbon barbecue sauce that I'm coming out with. So
What?
just to give you an idea, so this is what all my sauces look like. You gotta have everything look uniform,
It
right?
looks really nice.
So
I love the packaging. Go ahead.
so in the bourbon world, we're all about hard to get bottles that only come out once a year, allocated stuff that you can only get in certain parts of the country and whatnot. So what I decided to do was to put my love for bourbon and my love for barbecue sauce together. So
Wow.
this is what my bourbon barbecue sauce is going to look like. It's only going to come in this bottle, which is an actual bourbon bottle, special label, right? I'm only going to make 100 of them. So it's allocated and it's not going to even be available on my website. If you want it, you literally have to DM me directly.
What?
All the bottles are going to come hand signed and numbered by me. They're going to come with 2 Cafe 305 glasses.
Wow.
It's going to come with coasters that say "Be good to yourself," which is one
That's
of
your
my
stuff.
yeah. And then you're going to get a flask that comes in a carrying case. And it's going to come in this nice box. And when you open up the box, it's going to have a handwritten message from me to that particular person who bought it. So it's going to be completely customizable.
What?
And I'm only doing 100 of them, 100 of
Like
them.
that?
And when they're gone, they're gone. And you're going to have to wait next year to get the new version. So it's
Wow.
all graduation day, culinary school. Not a single member of my family showed up. Not one.
Not one person.
Not one person. And I don't fault my grandmother because didn't have a car, I couldn't get around. So I'm not holding grandma to no kind of heat over that.
No.
But despite all that, I was like, cool, whatever. I'm still finna run with this. My international and baking pastry teacher gives me an internship to Japan. I graduate culinary school in June. Before July, I was in Japan. 2 years in the dungeon, cooking, learning.
You were in the dungeon in Japan? In the
dungeon, bro. I'm talking about, this is where you're going to get it. This is where I learned. Culinary school taught me the basics, but when I learned how to cook was when I was in Japan. Don't get me wrong. I showed them boys how to really do macaroni and cheese. I showed them boys how to really throw down some collard greens, some yams, some fried chicken, some turkey.
Ooh,
like
come on now.
Listen, them boys
food for the soul,
listen,
baby. Food for the soul.
Them boys like, you ain't family, but you family. You knew what grandma had taught me about barbecuing. I knew what my uncles had taught me about cooking ribs and chicken and X, Y, and Z.
That's right.
So I said, okay, based off of what I've learned in Japan, what I learned from my peoples, what I learned from all these restaurants, 2013, I opened up Cafe 305 in Kendall. My rent was $1,000 at the time, right? And bro, when I tell you I did it, I put everything on the line. I was working at a restaurant on Miami Beach. I would get off the restaurant, go down south, and work on building my restaurant. I'm talking about, I put up the walls, I painted floors.
You did it all. You did it all.
Everything. When I got it, it was 4 blank walls, a front door, a back door, and a bathroom. That was it. I built my office walls, everything. You name it, I built it. Did that. My rent was $1,000 a month. I had $8,000 days. I would sell out every day. But when I tell you the place owned me, the place owned me.
It owned you, yeah.
Owned me. Got to the point to 2 of my best customers made me an offer. They said, listen, we'll give you $375,000 2-day cash across the table for this restaurant. I'm thinking, you know what? This might be a sign.
Might be a sign.
I put one clause in it. I said, I own the name Cafe 305.
Nice.
The contract. You're not getting that. Because if you guys decide y'all going to get beef with each other and y'all run the business into the ground, Cafe 305 comes back to me.
Right. That is smart, ladies and gentlemen.
Plus, I said, listen, you are not getting my barbecue sauce recipe. If you want Cafe 305, I'll sell you the base business. The name is mine and the sauce is mine.
Man, that's fantastic, brother.
Yeah.
And you know what? We appreciate you. It's such a pleasure to have you on this show. And
my pleasure.
Man, you have been an inspiration to me because there's moments and times where I'm like, man, okay, I got to pick it back up. Let me go over to Billy's page and see what he's got.
But you know what though? And if I can do that for just one person, then I'm happy with that because I want to see everybody win. That's why I always tell people, let me promote your business for you. I want to see everybody win.
That's it. That's important.
I want to see everybody ball. Even if I got to make it my own league, I want to see you ball.
That's real. That's what it's about, man.
So,
all right. So now if someone wants to get your sauce, they can go to the website.
Yeah, cafe305bbq.com. You can find the sauce there. You can check us out on Facebook, Cafe 305 Barbecue. YouTube is the same, Cafe 305 Barbecue. Instagram and TikTok, Cafe 305 BBQ. So yeah, you can find us on all those platforms. The sauce is easy to get. And if anything, drop me a line if you guys ever need any advice on anything, how to cook something up. I got you covered.
Well, we appreciate that, Mr. Breedlove, and
thank you.
I look forward for us to doing some more business in the future.
Absolutely.
And I'm definitely going to be tasting some of that sauce, man.
I got you covered, brother.
All right. God bless you, my brother.
All right. You too.
And now it's time for Fandemonium, a special segment where fans meet their favorite stars. Let's shake the world.
I'd like to introduce myself first. My name is Jontel, and I would like to welcome you to the Mental Margarita Show.
Thank you, Jontel. Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's get into it. So I heard that you self-taught yourself how to play music. Did you feel like that was your calling from God?
Well, it probably was from God because I first started in church, and my mom played piano in church, and but my daddy bought her a new piano when she was about 9, 10 years old, and they had 6 free lessons, so I was the oldest kid, so they put me in it. I didn't want to do it, but I'm so glad they did. So I did about 6 months of training in the. Then I told and when I got about 11, I told my mom and dad I don't want to do this no more. I want to play what I hear on the radio. So my music teacher said, well, if you want to learn that, you got to learn this. I said, well, if I keep doing this, I don't want to play no more. So they stopped spending the money. So I did self-teach from after 6 months of training. I was about 11. I stopped, and I went on. But, I worked with a lot of guys through the years that showed me things.
You were a musical director of the Four Tops. Then in the late 90s, you became a member. How was that transition?
Well, first thing is somebody wrote that wrong because I never was musical director. What happened, my friend, my brother, Ronaldo Benson, called him Obi Benson. He was a member of the Four Tops. Matter of fact, he wrote What's Going On, Say the Children, and Holy Holy for Marvin Gaye. And so he was my friend, and that's the way I got in. The guy who was the music director got sick with a kidney ailment, and he went out, but he was a piano player. So they brought me in to play the keys. Somebody else did it direct, But then years after that, I came in, and what happened was not years after that, about a few months, matter of fact, he came back, and then Duke, one of the original guys said, look here, man, we want you to stay. I said, do what? They said, well, we want you to be a safety valve just in case you might go into toxic shock. I said, well, it's a real job now, man. We want you to stand back. I said, okay, you just want me to stand. I said, okay. So I stood around and they paid me good. But then Levi Stubbs got sick one night and we were opening up for the Beach Boys. About 5-6 months later, we were opening up for the Beach Boys. We were already at the venue and he got sick and they came and said, you hear the news? I said, what news? I said, Levi can't do the show. I said, what? So the first thing I asked was, well, we ain't gonna get paid. And we got to pay with yesterday's money. So I said, well, if I put my tuxedo on and be the fourth man, will they pay us? And the man, he said, Ronnie, can you do it? I said, Duke told me to start learning the background and steps. That's okay. I said, look, man, it's now or never. I ain't gonna keep standing around here like this. So he called Duke and said, Duke, Ronnie said he can do it. So Duke said, man, if we can just do 40 minutes, can you do it, Ronnie? I said, it's now or never, man. So before I put my tuck on, the valet man said, come here, man, see, can you wear these pants? The true story. So they threw Levi's suit on. And my arm was long, so my coat fit me good. I had to wear his pants low because they were flooded. But I went on out there, and we had another guy in the group called Theo People, one of the greatest singers I ever worked with. And Theo was in the group with the Four Tops. And so Theo moved up and did the lead parts. And I told Theo, I said, man, and he never did that. He was just the fourth man with the group. He said, man, I said, if you miss a line, look at me, man. I've been singing all this stuff since a kid, pantomime. I said, you get right back. You might have had to do that one time. So I went out, did that show, and we did 3 nights because Levi stayed sick about 3 nights. And after that, Duke made a statement in the dressing room and said, Four Tops would not miss another show.
So let me ask you, how can those interested in you and your music find you?
They have me. I've got a fan club, Facebook fan club, and they got me going about Ronnie Mac. .com. You can just go there and you can see me. And they're getting ready to do a lot of more things because I'm kind of old school with all of that, But I got my daughters and my grandkids now that's getting involved with me with my music too. I got some rappers coming up. I got a nephew, hell of a spoken word and rap at the same time. I'm getting ready to do some things with him. His name is Jew Hall. So I'm getting ready to do some things with him. Even got a little great niece that comes over my house, and when I get on her, she gets to singing to me. It's that might be something.
So let me ask you, who do you think inspired you the most in your lifetime?
You know what? I have to say that my dad.
Okay.
My father, because when my dad and mother, they divorced. They didn't divorce, they separated. Until both of them death, they were still married over 40 years. My dad loved my mom like Romeo to Juliet, but she left him with me. And I stayed with my dad when the family broke up. I was about 14, 15. And I stayed with my dad because everybody was leaving him. I said, I'm not leaving my dad by himself. But if it had been him doing my mama like that, I ain't leaving my mama by herself either. So I just was put in that position. But my dad, after that, when I had started playing, learning songs, my dad used to come home from work from the factory and bring his buddies home. This was probably one of my most greatest times of music. He would say, son, play me Sam Cooke, Chuck Jackson, Margarita. And I'd be learning these songs, and buddies be sitting around drinking, and I'd play them songs. And I'd be sitting there playing. I just wasn't but about 13, 14, and I'd do that. So he really was the one, and he kept pushing me to do that, got me in the conference. He's the one that really got me into the business. Okay.
Well, look, this has been an absolute pleasure. I thank you very much for taking the time. Again, my name is Jontel, and we are with Mr. Ronnie McNair of the Four Tops. And this is Mental Margarita. And you guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you for having me. Really.
I thank you. as well. It was a pleasure. You enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, world? Thank you for tuning in to the Mental Margarita Show. I am the Rebel, and this is my rant. So guess what? I almost crashed last night. Yeah. And you know why? Because of all these vote for me billboards going up everywhere. Some weirdo actually put the candidate for the district safety manager sign on the stop sign. I mean, he had me falling off my bike looking like Joe Biden and everything. And yeah, I know that it's election season and all that, but can you please tell your people to stop putting these hazard materials and objects out in the streets? I mean, the city's already got bad drivers. As a matter of fact, most of us already know who we're going to vote for anyways, right? The one with the least problems. For real. What, you haven't seen the TV commercials where they're battling back and forth with each other? Every time I see one of those commercials, it's like I'm watching a slapping contest or something, where the last man standing wins, and those are the people that we're supposed to vote for. No, I'm not saying not to vote. I'm just asking you to know who you're actually voting for. And don't just go and vote for the right one, but vote for the real one. One more thing. We got to watch out for Donald Trump. He's trying to come back and make this country make this country great again. And now he's using the N-word. Yeah, nuclear. Is that boy crazy or what? Look, all I know is that something weird is happening. And one more thing. For the people that don't vote, well, I guess you could just sit back and enjoy the show. Because your opinion don't matter just like mine. I mean, at this point, all you're really doing is ranting. Be aware of self, be aware of mind, and be aware of others. Thank you, and carpe diem.
I want to say welcome to the Mental Margarita Show. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, let me see. Andrea Annette,
Correct.
holistic practitioner, a nurse, a nutritionist, helping women to lose weight quickly. Let's dive into that. How are you helping women to lose weight quickly?
Well, telling them the truth about diets. A lot of people think that it's really difficult and they're just really being fed a lot of bad information. People are selling restrictive diets, which makes them sicker. It throws off their hormones and their gut health and the metabolism. So they may lose a little bit of weight, but they're going to gain it all back and then some. Healthcare has become a very big business. So has the diet industry, and at the expense of other people. I was that big woman, and I know those diets don't work. I personally lost 100 pounds, and it was
good for
stress.
you.
Well, thanks, but it took me time. I was this big, and then I was this big, and then I went back. I know that stress is a big component in diet. And it causes a lot of unnecessary inflammation in the body because of the hormones that are affected. And that really plays a big role in people's diet and how quickly they lose. So I know that people want to lose weight yesterday, but if they do it right and in the right order, reduce the stress and really repair their gut health, their hormones and everything will come back. Your body is just, it's a big baby, and the more you give it what it wants, the more it responds and says, okay, I'm ready, okay,
Right.
Mom, So it's just about learning to feed your body what it really craves. And it's really not that hard. And it's not about giving up everything you love to eat. It's about showing moderation and balance and, common sense. But unfortunately, that's a little overrated sometimes.
It's uncommon.
Yes.
Now, you have a book that is coming out or that you're working on and releasing?
Yes, I have two. I have one that's coming out. We're actually doing our book tour in New York with She Rises Solution. It's called Unleash Me, and it's about women becoming unstoppable, things they've gone through and how they got through it and why they're in business. So it's really about women supporting women and, moving on, becoming something else. That's why I really liked listening to your story. You're an inspiration. You are.
So we appreciate you here on the Mental Margarita Show. Is there anywhere that someone, if they're looking to follow you, where can they reach you at?
I'm on Facebook as my name, Andranette, but my brand is Pounds to Go. So Pounds to Go, Ask the Nurse, weight loss at Pounds to Go, natural holistics. I'm all over Facebook. I'm trying to reach as many people as I can and get America healthy again. That's my goal.
Let's do it, baby.
Listen, I love people. I since the time I was a little girl, I knew that I wanted to work with people, and I love being able to be a part of that journey with them and help them get to where they want to be in their health, in their life, so they can be the best they can be for their families, for the people in their life that they love. So it wasn't always the case for me. So I want to help other people have that.
Well, that's great. And we got a lot of love for you, Andra. Thank you once again for coming on the show. And I look forward to reading your book.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm so glad to be here, and thank you for having me.
Starstruck, here's a sprinkle of the stardust. Hold your champagne glass and your cigars up. See the guys with mob ties drive the cars up. Bright lights, most nights they buy the bars up. Candy coated Chevy cars on the highway. It's Frankie baby, it's on and this is my way. Dean Martin at the Sands this Friday. With Sammy Davis, here's a little hint where I stay. The city shines like Liberace's mansion. And you know Elvis had the whole city dancing. Showgirl silhouette steady prancing. Shout out to June, just the Copa Girls anthem. Legal gambling, yeah, that would tempt me. At Sin City, holy water couldn't cleanse me. And Wayne Newton had the crowd in a frenzy. Live at the Stardust, the seats never empty. Now if you having a good time in Las Vegas, at the count of 3, I want to hear you scream, Viva Las Vegas. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Viva Las Vegas! And Main Street was the official local beer stop. Enough slot machine noise to make your ears pop. The cigarette girls walking souvenir shops. While Red Fox had them laughing till the tears drop. Before Steve got a win at the right time, Sig and Roy had a long circus lifeline. Now the strip's got a lot of neon light signs. Would you agree there's not another city like mine? Years later, Mayweather got the city hot. And everybody in your city with a TV watch. Celine Dion got celebrities at every spot. Boys the Man even got Jenny on the block. Now here's the culture shot, the desert's got a hockey scene. Golden Knights, yeah, the #1 hockey team. And we even got the Raiders repping Vegas now. So get the champagne, it's time to bring the waiters out.